he has gone on stream to announce the professors and the students at Streamer University. For those who don't know, Streamer University is a event that Kai is hosting, I believe just for a weekend, at most a week, where he's gonna get a bunch of content creators. He's gonna fly out a bunch of content creators to this university that I'm assuming he rented out, or whatever, this facility that he rented out. People are gonna use this as a place to create content. You know what I'm saying? Kai will obviously be streaming it as well, and you know the theme here is to essentially provide opportunities for small streamers to blow up, or not even small streamers, but just want to create W content. But you know, Kai being the you know, biggest streamer that he is, you know, the appeal here is this is an opportunity for small streamers, for people who don't have much exposure on this shit, to get a bunch of exposure, being in an environment hosted by the biggest streamer, but also being in an environment that's going to be streamed by other really big streamers, other people with platforms, and it's going to create this ecosystem that everyone ultimately at the end of the day should theoretically gain from it. You know what I'm saying? One way or the other. But there's limited spots. There's limited spots. Not everyone can be a professor.
Everyone can be a student.
Can be a student.
I want to be a student.
And I do have the list over here, and there were 120 accepted students, and then the professors. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 professors, right? And we got 120 students plus Kai Cenat. And the names that he has picked has definitely caused a lot of uproar.
Yes.
So you might be asking, what are the selections? So let's go ahead and look at the professors. Shout out to ChatGPT.
You put ChatGPT in it. You're so nasty.
Figure out what I can use it for. This is low key dope. So, Kai Cenat, Streamer University. These are the professors.
Dwayne Granberry Jr. Oh my God.
They got DDG's whole fucking.
That's crazy.
So, I'm gonna just quickly read it off. We got DDG, Chris Next Door, Agent Zero. This is Kaya's real name? Yo, ChatGPT is federal. Cooking with Kaya, India Love, I'm the King of Fitness. Mind you, I don't know all of these people, by the way. I'm Dante, Marcus King, Duke Dennis, Cindy Gallup, Emily, Extra Emily, this is Extra Emily, excuse me. Precherquist, Aim High.
Precherquist.
Zeus and B. Lou, OJ Suave, he's the guidance counselor, Funny Marco, and Benda Don. So, we got a couple of Instagram skitters over here in Benda Don and Funny Marco. Honestly, kind of expected Drewski to be on here if they're on there, but you know, big Drewski got, you know,
yeah, someone
be busy. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a lot of AMP world influence in here. Obviously, you got Agent, Chris Next Door.
What Duke?
You know, you got Duke.
Oh, but I said
I is in that circle as well. Marcus King, I believe, is in that circle as well. Not as familiar with them. You know, other black content creators. We got I'm Dante on here. We got Z.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
We got some women. Most notably, Cooking with Kaya and India Love. We got some. I believe she's the only Poggers representation, actually. I don't know who Cindy Gallup is. Maybe Cindy Gallup is one.
no, it's just not it.
Emily looks like she's the Poggers representation. But honestly, I like this list. I don't have too much complaints about the professors. This is right around the names I was expecting. If there was one that I'm kind of surprised he didn't involved in here, I guess just a little bit more Poggers influence, or maybe some more FaZe influence as well. I believe K-San was on this list, but somehow he isn't on here. That's ChatGPT not working as well.
I mean, they probably didn't apply though.
Yeah. I swear K-San was on this list. Yeah, I was expecting a little bit more FaZe influence, maybe Rage being involved in this. I don't know.
I mean, they probably. They didn't apply. They probably didn't apply because I'm assuming that Kai would have definitely had them in here, or like, in consideration. But he didn't say anybody from FaZe applied because he went through most professors on stream, and I didn't see any FaZe unless I'm tripping.
Expecting a little bit more of that, but very solid list. I don't have too much problems. Also for those, because I also saw this on the timeline as well. Let me just bring this up. Real quick, because because people have been interacting with this tweet right here. Kai Cenat is facing backlash after releasing a Streamer University professor list with 0 white creators. First of all, let's just assume. Well, first of all, let's actually start here. Anyone watching this, do not take this account seriously.
Yeah. That account, ooh, please. That account is literally a troll account. And it quite literally just attacks Kai for no reason. That account, do not take that account seriously.
I get it. Like, it's on the account for being a jackass or whatever. But at a certain point, I gotta hold you accountable for being Centelled. I gotta hold you accountable for not being literate. Yeah, you gotta know what account is it. If you go on their page, which I'm not gonna go to in case there's some crazy shit. KickChamp is a notorious shameless rage bait account. They literally just tweet out anything and everything to cause trouble, whatever is gonna get them interactions. This is one of those accounts, so please do not take this account seriously. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. But also, let's just assume for a second.
Do you know what's really fun?
Hey, Beat Souls!
That it is a legitimate account. First of all, it did just lie. First, here's K-San right here. I told y'all. I swear to God, I saw K-San. One, Aim High is white, so there's that. Extra Emily is Asian, so there's that. So this idea that he just selected black content creators is
yeah.
That's just a lie, first of all. But I'm gonna be honest with you. A majority of Kai's friends are black content creators. A majority of Kai's circle is black. But, his fan base is
heavily.
Maybe not as it was before he went mainstream, but
I'm gonna say Beat Souls said it for me. Shit.
Like that's just what it is. So just naturally, there's gonna be a lot of black people. That's just what it is. Like, imagine if I was a Filipino streamer and I knew all the Filipinos in America. You know what I'm saying? Connected with all the top Filipino creators. I'm going to lean heavy.
It's a Filipino, and that's just how it is with any. That's how it is, bro.
And there's gonna be a lot of Filipino creators if I were to host my own Streamer University. If that was my circle, that's just what it is. White people would probably be doing the same if they hosted something similar, right? Matter of fact, if y'all know some of these content creator events that already exist, there's a lack of representation on the other side. Vid Summit, VidCon, let's just keep it a buck. There's certain representation that's more prevalent in those events than other events. You know what I'm saying? There's certain demographics that are more welcome at DreamCon than at VidCon, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it is. So let's go ahead and look at the students, because to be honest with you, this is where there was more pushback. I'm gonna get the full list right here because ChatGPT kind of cut it off. I'm not gonna read all the names. But a couple of people that I want to call out. Shout out to TK, friend of the show. TK made it. That's good picks. That's great picks. Couple people that I know here. Lightskin Monte, I've definitely seen his content.
He saw his.
Rondo was a really good pick. Shout out to Janky Rondo. Yeah, there's a couple of people here that I am also familiar with. Emily CC's the streamer that has streamed nonstop for 5 years, right? Mari, female streamer. However, I do have a couple problems here. I personally think there's a couple of names on here that in my opinion, just shouldn't be on here because no one would have batted an eye if Kai either set them as professors or if Kai just allowed them to be on campus because they're associated with Kai.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm specifically talking about Reggie.
Talil, Reggie, yeah.
Assuming this is Reggie. I'm specifically talking about Rakai. I'm specifically talking about Deshae, even.
Yeah, I don't think Deshae.
I probably would even put Deshae on that list. There's certain creators on here that, in my opinion, shouldn't have been on here for the simple fact that they are just taking up space that could. Oh, Ray's on here. Asian Ray's on here as well. Like, these are people that, like, yo, Zeddy Will is on here. I think Punga's on here. Tylill's on here. Like, these people right here. Dez, I seen Dez up here somewhere. Bro, they should not be one of the people that got picked for this. And again, this may be a slight nitpick in all of this, but that's 7 to 8 creators that could have definitely used that opportunity that just didn't get picked because Kai wanted to, or whoever. I don't know if Kai.
Yeah, I agree to a certain extent. On my podcast, all around podcast, you know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about this way more, but to that point, I agree. Because I think that those people and his friends shouldn't have been students. I think they should have been either professors or they could have been RAs or they could have been assistant deans. Like something that's not taking up space. Because I think students, and it's not mine, so I can't say what I'm just giving my opinion. It's not my university. I'm not giving none of the money and I'm not there. So it is what it is. But what I'm saying is that could have been 8 smaller creators that could have benefited from events and things like that. Now, I understand why his friends are there because they have the exposure. And when you go on their streams or when they're there, you're going to get the exposure automatically because when Kai Cenat does a stream, people are going to trickle down to people they already know automatically. So Reggie, Tylil, Punga, people who are already exposed to Kai and his audience are automatically going to, his audience is going to trickle down to him. So that's what I'm not misrepresenting. Well, that's why I'm not misconstruing. I understand why that's there. But what I'm saying is that those creators, it could have been 8 either medium-sized creators or creators that are smaller and could have benefited from being a student. That's what I'm saying. Because I don't think those people as a student, I think they'll be better as assistant deans, especially Tylil, or as RAs, or something in that area. That's what I would say.
Whoever decided to do this, wanted to waste those roster spots on people that are already heavily associated with Kai. You know what I'm saying? So I do have a problem with that. I'm not gonna lie, but also the amount of big content creators on here does not surprise me. Because one, in the application, because we went on the website on this podcast, it did state that, yo, this is not just for small streamers.
Yeah, it's for everybody.
Big streamers, big content creators are allowed to apply both as professors and
Yes,
as students.
yeah.
So that shouldn't have been a surprise to people that actually looked at the website. And I also think they are necessary.
Yeah, I think they're necessary as well because I think that them having an audience and exposure will be able to have other people have exposure. Because I'm sorry, but not everybody is going to want to explore and venture out on their own. That's not what's going to happen. But if they're on somebody's stream and you see the energy, like Reggie's a perfect example, or Rakai, they was on the Kai stream and getting exposed, and with that exposure, it garnered them an audience. So I think big creators are necessary, but what I mean as his friends, I think his friends could have been other things associated with the university instead of taking up spots. That I can see how that can, get a gray area. But I also see why he had his friends there. I can see that argument as well, because he knows those people are gonna make good content. He knows they're good people, and he knows that they're gonna provide what they need there. So I can see both sides of the argument. I'm leaning towards the other one though, but I can see the other side of it as well.
They are necessary. I mean, let's just keep it a stack, bro. Even in a typical high school, not everyone can be unpopular. Someone got to be popular.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. But also, I think these names are necessary because I believe the vision here is to create the biggest ecosystem of streaming.
Yes, and that's what it's for. It's not just it's not a place where people can teach and learn. That's what I'm understanding. Obviously, our professors, but professors are there to help you understand the life of streaming and teach you a little side of it. But they're not teaching you how to stream. They're showing you the other side of streaming, and they're having classes to make you be more involved. But the students, it creates an ecosystem. It creates a connection line, so where we can grow up together. Or if I'm sitting with Reggie, me and Reggie vibe, and we mess with each other. Pause. That is my connection. That helps me get exposure as well. So it is a big ecosystem. It's not just where one person is going to be the top. That's not how that works. But inherently, Bezos is right. By default, there's going to be pop people. There's going to be unpop people. By default. But it's an opportunity to showcase yourself.
Content that's just gonna flood people's algorithm, right? We have seen this with AMP. Period. We've seen that concept be taken to damn near a different level when
the
Phaseathon last year.
It was so many clips of them niggas. Oh my god.
We're seeing the AMP verse be extended with the AMP G League, right?
The AMP G League.
So now there's this universe being expanded from AMP to the AMP G League. There's a lot of coexistence within those communities, and
he's right.
It's a cycle of more content to feed your fucking TikTok and IG Reels algorithms and YouTube Shorts algorithms.
Because I'm saying, it's so many people to watch. Like, that's just how it is by default. People are not, if their favorite streamer is not streaming, by default, they're going to go to the tree or whoever's under them. Like, for example, when I discovered Reggie from Kai, I watch a lot of Reggie because he's hilarious. But I would have never known that not watching Kai. I mean, I knew who Reggie was from the skits, but it's different from skits to streaming. And Reggie's hilarious. And I got to know him because of Kai.
So that, there's so much content being fed to you, and AMP and Kai's imprint, is going to be undeniable. It's going to be all over your feeds, right? So in that quest, adding big content creators like the professors is definitely absolutely necessary. But even in the student section, adding people like T Banks,
T Banks, Mari,
adding people
Brooklyn
like Brooklyn Frost, Deshae, adding people like the Kai's Associates. Kai's Associates is crazy.
Kai's Associates.
Ortiz has a really big.
Yeah, she got a couple. She's straight.
From my understanding, Ash Alk has a big following. Mari has a big.
Yeah, Mari does as well.
Let me see. I've seen a couple bigger names. Roud, I'm pretty sure he has a big TikTok following already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these are just necessary names. Zeddy.
Zeddy's fire.
Kank, too. I don't even know if people know about Kank. Kank, I don't know if he still does. But Kank is a former AMP editor. I'm glad Kank got an opportunity to be here. Because he's definitely entertaining in front of the camera. But yeah, I don't have a problem with the big streamers being on here. Now, I do have some people complaining about the other selections. One, from my understanding, a decent amount of these people are actually small streamers, so I think it is a good sign that I'm looking at this list and I don't know.
I'm pretty sure like over 50% of them are small streamers. And I'm not even trolling. I'm pretty sure most of them are small streamers.
I think that is ultimately a good sign, and I don't think that's just me not knowing these people. I think a lot of these people are legitimately underground or up and coming, or trying to get their footing. I do think that's good. People have also called out the male to woman ratio, and I believe it's like 80-20. Do I have a problem with that? I would have added more women in there. I'm not gonna lie, make it like a 65-35 deal. But I'm glad there's women represented.
But there's still women though. There's still women though.
Yeah, apparently some of the streamers just don't even stream. Not even stream, because he said if you're not a streamer, you can still be in it. Some of the content creators don't even be making enough content to be in here. So I'm just kind of questioning the selection process here, exactly what went through. But ultimately, when you do stuff like this is one of those you can't please everyone.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it's gonna be. Unfortunately, like I think that there's a couple of things that I have criticism with. Like I've already said, I agree with Bezos on some of the points. But I mean, at some point, man, I think Kai did an amazing thing with this. I honestly think it's amazing. I think that as long as the people use this opportunity for exposure, not overuse it, but use this opportunity to showcase themselves, it'll be perfectly fine. I'm gonna give my full, real judgment once it's over, and also my podcast, All Around Podcast. So yeah, that's pretty much it with this video. Let's move on to